Hello everybody, welcome again to the Hero Tongues podcast. My name is Bart,
My name's Adam.
and today we are gonna talk about ethic of lying.
Yeah, the ethics of lying. So we're only going to scratch the surface with this. And what we're going to talk about is roughly, or basically you would say, when is lying okay? Is it okay to lie? And when does lying return better consequences? So is lying sometimes better than telling the truth for the outcome that you want? And that's what we're gonna talk about a little bit. So we're going to ask each other questions related to when is it okay, when is it not okay, and what do you think about that, basically?
Yeah, I would start with the sentence that everybody at least lied one time in his life.
Yeah, and there's lots of different types of lies. So you have like horrible lies where you would be saying something really wrong. But also you have things called white lies. So like a white lie, have you heard of a white lie before? So a white lie is like a lighter version of a lie. So it's still a lie, but it's something that you don't want to offend someone, you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, basically. So
Yeah, so first example regarding the things that you mentioned is that lying when a child asks about the Santa.
yeah, so if you have a kid or a child and they say, "Mummy, Daddy, when is Santa coming?" Or "Who is Santa? Where does he live?" Is it wrong ethically to say there's no such thing as Santa? You're being stupid now. Or do you go along with the lie? And we all know that you go along with the lie. It's easier. It makes sense. It makes Christmas enjoyable. And but some people don't go along with the lie and they tell the truth to their children. I personally would keep the Santa thing alive as much as possible. I think it's nice. It happened with me. And then one day you find out when you're of age to understand the scene a little bit better.
Yeah, and the question is where is the proper age to tell to the child that Santa doesn't exist?
And then so you would come out with another English saying that is, how long is a piece of string? Meaning there is no perfect time. I think you find out when you want to find out.
25 it's
Yeah, why not? Like we still believe. We still believe. But yeah, I don't know. I think you find out when you're ready, and you kind of know. I think you hear Chinese whispers. You would say people talking at school, and you eventually think, they've got a point now. Or maybe I think secondary school, when you go to the bigger school and you mix with other guys, they're 17, you're 13, you start to hear stories then.
Yeah, but also it's worth to mention that the child are not stupid and they are seeing that this is the dad with different clothes. Or
it's probably done with the internet age now.
Yeah.
So people are more advanced than used to be because at the click of a button, you're instantly advanced by 10 years, which is wrong sometimes. But we were of the age not of that. But I think you're more of that age, but I wasn't. And no, I think it's good though. Keep it as live as long as possible because it keeps it fun and fresh.
Yeah, but if somebody assume that Santa doesn't exist, just keep the culture thing and just wear the hats, give the gifts.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of fun. Try and keep it as fun as possible.
Yeah,
why
exactly.
not? Yeah.
Second question: if somebody asks you about the quality of the food that you serve, for example, you are in a restaurant.
To a restaurant, okay.
Yeah, and somebody give you a food, and when you finish it, some Kellner, is that the proper word?
Say again.
Kellner, the person.
It can do, yeah, to be nice behaviour towards someone, yeah.
And
I suppose.
what in that situation? I had never said that something is not good for me.
Oh, okay. You've never returned food?
Yeah.
Oh, I've done it quite a few times. Yeah, I've done it more times than I can count on both hands, probably. But yeah, so if something doesn't meet the requirement that I think it should, I'll definitely complain about it. Especially if it's in a more expensive restaurant, for sure. If it's cold,
that depends also.
If it's cold, if it's not cooked how you want it. So, how would you like your steak cooked?
With steak?
Your steak, your piece of beef. How would you like it?
Medium rare.
Medium rare. So it comes with
blue.
A little bit blue, yeah. So it comes with fully cooked with the crust on the side. You'd be like, it's like a burger. I'm not interested. You'd probably send it back.
I'm not, I would say.
So if you're paying like 200-300 zloty for this steak, you wouldn't send it back. You'd be like, I've really looked forward all week for this steak. And then when it arrives, you're like, it looks like a burger.
I mean, I will eat both, but I prefer the meat. But
I'd send it back and say it's not cooked quite right. But I'd be polite in doing so. I wouldn't be horrible.
But that is in the case of the time for waiting for the next one.
Yeah, no problem.
If I would need to
but if they
wait
said you can
another
keep this
hour,
one,
I would probably...
you can keep this one. We'll bring you a fresh one.
Oh.
So you're like, no, and then you get a second one for free.
So in this case, it makes sense.
And they could say we're going to also split the bill by 50%. That's what they usually do. Things like this, like they offer an incentive.
Mm-hmm.
So another question for you. So I've got one. So you're in a job interview.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps it's your first step on the ladder into a more corporate setting. You've been working at home. You've been doing courses. Is it okay to lie about your skill set? Even though you know you can back it up and you can do what you say, you make a little white lie about your experience. So you're confident at doing a job, you know you can do it. It's not like I've served for 15 years in the army, I'm the best at weapons, and you've never joined the army, then you've got problems. But I'm saying if you're good at software and you can do that, but you've just not had the hands-on experience, but you've done it, you know what to do. Is it okay to lie to this company and make a little bit of a false CV? If it helps you.
Depends, because if somebody can ask you 3 questions regarding the thing that you wrote and probably you are done. But if it is something I would say light, yes. I mean, if I know that I heard about something, I know how it works in general, and I can.
You believe you can do it.
I believe I can do it, and I can assume how many times it will take me to join to this particular technology or something like this. Yes.
Okay.
But I will mention that I'm not fully experienced with it. I have not too much experience.
It's all about the belief, though. So you would have like.
I would say something like I worked with it quite a long time ago, and I need to refresh it to work.
Something like that. So case. It's a white lie then. It's not a full lie. It's classed as a white lie. It's like you're kind of telling them you're not fully experienced, but you can do the job. Yeah. So another question. You're at the barber's shop. I very rarely go to the barber shop.
I'm going
for obvious reasons.
So
Bart's gifted with the hair. I'm not gifted with the hair. Let's say it's nothing to do with age. It's hereditary. And I also bang my head a lot on doors because I'm more than 2 meters, and Bart doesn't have this problem, unfortunately. So you're at the barber's. This is a better question for you. They trim your beard or they trim your hair. It looks not so good, let's say in nice language. It looks not so good. Is it okay to lie and be like, oh, thanks for the great job, really happy with it? Or would you be like, what is this? So it's like off central. It looks like you've put a helmet on and tilted it to the side.
So in this case, I mean, it's you can't fix it. Definitely you can't fix it.
So what would you do?
Probably I will... Thanks, pay for it, and never.
You're so polite. I'd be like, no, I'm not accepting this.
But
I'd get them to stick it back on or something, or correct it.
But what can you do with it? I mean,
you have to correct it. You'd have to go a bit shorter and make a style.
So cut for 0.
You'd have to start from scratch again or something like this. I don't know what you do, but it'd be awkward. But it's like an awkward situation to be in, I suppose. I wouldn't like to.
I mean, it is a little bit uncomfortable, but I think that probably I will pay. Say that a little. I'm a little bit. How to say it? I'm not satisfied with it,
and hopefully they would say you can pay less, or don't worry about it. Pay next time, or something like this. But even if they said, well, it's still full price.
If they said that it is still full price, I will pay for it, but I will never go there again.
Okay, so you teach them a lesson in a different way.
Yeah.
Next question.
So, when you ask your friend about a new partner.
Okay, this is a tough one, yeah. So, is it what kind of partner and what kind of friend? That's the important context here. Are they a best friend or are they just a friend?
Let's say best friend.
They're a best friend. Then I'd give them the honest answer.
Yeah.
Then I'd give them the honest. I'd give them I wouldn't give them the bro answer. I'd give them the honest answer, and I'd say my honest. I'd confirm and say, do you want my honest opinion, or do you want an opinion? Do you want my honest opinion? And if they said, I want your honest opinion, then I'd tell them my honest opinion about that person, whether it was positive or negative, from my point of view, because that's what they're asking me.
For best friend, for sure.
Yeah, I think so. And I think you should get respect for that, being honest with your friend.
Yeah, but with particular examples, like this is not good with the partner, this, and this.
But that I can only give them my honest opinion on what I know. I can't do it off hearsay, like, I think he or she is a bad person because of this, because I don't really know that information. I'm just assuming that. All I can do is tell them my honest opinion on my experience of what I know, not what I think, what I know.
Yeah, but if it is your best friend, probably he will know that you won't offend him, just pretend from.
Yeah, fair enough. But it's honest. It's good to keep it in a straight line, not to go off too much. But yeah, I think honesty is the best way. Let's talk about something else though, quickly. I just wanted to move on to a different subject. So I'll ask you a couple of questions also. So is lying immoral? So is lying immoral, like regardless about what you're lying about? So basically, is it ever okay to lie? Is it okay to lie? When is it not okay? When is it okay? Or is it just you draw a line under it and say it's totally not okay to lie? Is it easy to categorise? It's a big question.
It's a really hard question.
It's
really hard. Let's imagine the situation that, for example, I have cancer and I'm not saying to anybody that I have. So what's the better idea to how to manage it in a better way? So should I say to my family that I will have and I will die in 2 years, or lie and just die?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know people like that as well. I know people that have done that. I'm not
but what they did, they didn't talk to anybody.
They told their immediate family, but they didn't tell the wider family. So it was a bit unusual for everybody. But I understand why they did it. You would say also, there's an idiom for this. You would say you're stuck between. We used it in a previous lesson. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's no actual nice way to go. Do you drown or do you get set on fire? There's no nice way to tell this news. So someone's going to get hurt. You are definitely, but someone's going to get hurt. So lying then is, I think when you're faced with a situation like what you said, life-changing or ending, I think it's completely up to you, and people need to respect how you deal with it. Whether you tell people, don't tell people. You're not going to be here soon, potentially. I hope he is still here soon. But we need to record more episodes. So, but is this like he's broke the news live on the podcast, like, Adam, I'm going to die. And it's like, you're hearing too, it's like, you lied, you didn't die. It's like, yeah, actually 3 years. But no, I think how you choose to break that news, even if you choose to break it at all, it's totally up to you. That's like, you have to respect people's space. I think though in that situation, we'll try and move on from this morbid topic, but from that situation, if you did let people know, they would support you better. If you don't let people know, they might think you're being a bit of an asshole about things, because they're like, what's wrong with him? Why is he like this? So I think the better way would be to tell people, and then you actually got a safety net and you can come down slowly, rather than just like, what happened to Bart? He's changed. And that'll make your life more difficult. And you probably want it to be easier. So there's a lot there. It's quite a morbid one, that one.
Yeah, that does.
Okay, next question. Let me think about how to say this to you. So, can lying lead to happiness? Do you get me? Like, there's no easy way to state that. Like,
depends on the situation, I would say.
And what I wanted to add to that is, like, can it lead to happiness overall? So, is it a temporary happiness? Is it a temporary fix to a problem? Like, you have a hole in the paintwork of your car and you just put a patch over it. But we know in like a year, with the erosion and the rust.
And you know about it also.
And you know about it. But so that doesn't lead to overall fix. But can lying lead to an overall happiness, or will it eventually fall apart.
I mean, depends on the situation also.
And what it is exactly, yeah.
Let's say that you are buying a fake watch, for example, to show people that you are rich or something like this.
Yeah, even though you live at home.
Yeah, with your parents.
Normal behaviour. We know a lot of people like this. But yeah, so that's like a visual lie. So that's like a visual lie. Yeah, so people inflate. That's like self-inflation. So you do that to self-inflate. But it works in things like that. If you look on TikTok and the internet, things like that work sometimes at first. Or they can help.
But I think that it is too risky to do it, because if somebody have contact with the let's say top brands, probably person like this will real quick see that you have fake watch, fake
and then you lose credibility.
Yes, and probably they will not want to work with you because you are a liar.
Yeah, because you're not a trustworthy person ultimately. Yeah, I suppose so. I'm trying to think, would it lead to happiness? I think temporarily. I think it's a temporary fix sometimes. Because sometimes, I don't know if it's like good though, but sometimes, is it okay to lie to fix something temporarily? Does everything need to be fixed permanently? Is a temporary fix that's what's needed sometimes?
Also depends on
to make your life easier, like in situations in life, like someone's shouting at you in the street, do you need to fix them? Do you need to give them a big talk? Or do you just say, sorry, my fault, cross over the road and walk away? You've had a fix, he's had a fix. Nothing needs to be said. It's his problem, not your problem.
But I don't...
Do you understand what I mean?
I won't consider it like a lying in this particular situation.
Yeah, but you are lying because you should really say like, that behaviour is not okay.
This situation means that you can control your emotion. Yeah. And your answer is just to not offend the guy who is already nervous.
Maybe, yeah.
So in this case...
But it leads to your happiness because you had no problem. That's what I'm trying to think. So, one more question, quickly, because we need to move forward. We've got a lot to do. So, is every situation when you're lying different? So, or is it... What I'm trying to establish here with these questions is, when is lying okay? Why don't we keep going back to it? And like, can you draw a line under it and just say, do you know what, I'm never going to lie again? Or is it okay? Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's impossible to say.
It's like I'm trying to like bring an ending to it before we move on, like, because we know like politicians lie. When we're in power, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. If I was in power, I would do A, B, and C. That's what they say. When they get there to the place and the young voters vote this strange party in, which always happens, nothing changes, it gets worse. Or like they do a little bit, but they don't complete the task. So they like half start a job, but they don't finish it. But a lot of people do things like that. Do you know what I mean? And I think it is like, that's for a temporary fix. I think lying is like a temporary thing, but it's not an overall thing. So in my view, I would say it's never okay to lie. That would be my answer to that. It's never okay to lie.
I mean, also the truth will always, be visible. Somebody will know the truth after some time.
Yeah. So. Not always, but sometimes. I mean,
90% of time.
Okay. So, I've got some hypothetical situations for you. So, we've talked about when is it okay, this and this. So, you have proof that someone robbed a bank. You also found out that they gave all of the stolen money, so not some, all of the stolen money to charity. You don't know them personally, but you have their names and address. How would you deal with that? So, someone's robbed a bank or a post office, but they gave all the money to a charity. But you know who they are. Would you tell the police or would you let it slide? So now you've been put in a bad... You've just literally been walking your dog in the morning. He doesn't have a dog, but he does in this situation. He's been walking his robotic dog. And he's been walking his dog down the street. And then you see the guy running out with a mask. And you think, I know exactly who that is. Even though he's got a mask on, I know who that is. He lives around the corner from me. Would you tell the police or would you think, well, he's giving it all to charity, why should I? Or would you turn the other cheek? Would you look away? or would you tell the police? So you've been forced into a position here.
Yeah, that's really...
You have to make a decision.
I have to make a decision.
You can walk away, you didn't see nothing. Or you can say, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to call the police. I know you're doing the right thing, and the bank can just reclaim the money with a click of a button. Nobody's lost any money. But this has made a big difference to the dog charity, to the orphanage, to the old people's charity. But I'm going to stop that. What would you do?
What I would do?
I know what I would do.
I don't know.
I know what I would do, but I'll let you answer first.
It's really hard to say.
And answer honestly. Don't lie.
Yeah, I see, but I don't know this guy personally, or it is like neighbor.
You know him.
Okay.
You're not good friends with him, but you know who it is.
Oh.
But he's doing a good thing. And nobody got hurt. Nothing got damaged, just the bank. And they can reclaim that money.
That's a hard question. I will do nothing with this situation.
I'm the same as you. I'd do nothing. I'd look the other way. If I knew the exact answer like this and I know that it was going to happen, just look the other way and move on. And just think, well, they click a button.
Maybe in the situation when he, during the bank robbing, hit somebody or killed somebody.
Then the whole situation changes then. Somebody innocent got injured.
Yeah, if he killed somebody, probably...
Anybody, even a cut on the head. I mean, somebody injured, somebody innocent paid a price.
So in this case...
It's not good then. But I mean, if there was a clean robbery...
So probably do nothing.
Yeah. But it could also mean a transaction online. Yeah. They did it online, they robbed it online, so... Yeah, I think the same as you. I think if it's for the greater good and nobody got injured, why not? It's a personal thing, isn't it, obviously? Okay, you're at a works party. Another drunk employee is speaking to you at the bar and they're showing off, they're boasting, they're showing off that they have embezzled or stolen money from the company. And it's in their bank account. And because you've noticed, like, they've got a nice Mercedes outside, they're wearing really nice clothes, you think, he's on the same money as me. But it turns out that he's been taking money from the company. You've not benefited from it. Would that change anything? No. But also, would you tell anyone? And he only told you.
You're asking really hard questions.
Yeah, I know how I'd answer that one.
Probably I will report it.
Mention it to somebody. Yeah. I would as well.
To somebody from company management.
Yeah, I probably would. Because
I try to think like a business owner in this situation, and I don't want somebody to steal money from me.
Yeah. Especially if it's a smaller business, they would really feel the impact.
Yeah, because if you work for somebody, you have like contract and you decide to work on particular price.
Yeah.
So that was your choice.
That's your choice. Yeah, you've made that choice. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. So in this case, I will report to some management.
Yeah, you report it. Last question before we move on to some different topics. Different terms. Sorry. There's an honesty box at work. Do you know what an honesty box is?
Honesty box?
Honesty box, you call it. So there's an honesty box in the office.
Yeah, I think that it is like box when you can put anonymous card with the thing which annoys you.
Right. So there's an honesty box in the office. Whenever someone takes a snack, they need to leave money for it in the box. Or they can leave notes, like you said, or they can leave money in it. But you've noticed one of your colleagues takes snacks and doesn't leave any money. Mm-hmm. What would you do?
Nothing in this case. Nothing. That's...
What would you? But someone has to put the money in because Bill or Brenda in the office has bought that with their own money for everybody. So you're like, Brenda can buy some more.
I will.
Would you put your money in to cover their money? So I'm taking snacks. Would you say, it's okay, Adam, I'll pay for his snacks?
Depends on the situation, but I probably will say to this guy that I saw that you didn't pay next time.
You're like the office boss.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm head of the snack box security. I've realised that recently you've been taking some Snickers and Twixes and you haven't replenished them. Even though you eat half of them and put them back in the fridge, that doesn't make it okay. So like, you're going to have to replace that. And he'd say, on your bike, which means like, do one. On your bike, but So you would tell the person directly, like, I've noticed this.
Yeah.
What would he say? Like, I think you're lying. It's not me. How would you progress that?
I would say that I know that was you.
I know it was you. I can see it.
Yeah.
But no, fair enough. So this is like the more humorous side, but we're still talking about is lying okay. So to sort of head towards the end of the podcast now. So I want to say a couple of sayings to you, and you can ask me some also. But there's a couple of sayings I want to say to you, and I want to try and relate them to like real life situations. So the first one is honesty the best policy? That's what you would say. That's a saying in Britain. Is honesty the best policy?
The best policy?
Policy, like the best way of doing things. They say it, people say it, honesty is the best policy.
Yes, I would say yes.
In like yes or no terms, you would say yes overall.
Yes.
Overall, it's the best.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
For me, yes.
If you want to be trusted, be honest. Do you believe that?
Yes, also I believe.
100%.
100%. I mean, I want to see like bad true instead of nice lie.
You would like to operate the best way, but yeah, I know what you're saying. You want to see the best in people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody will say honest, will be honest to you and say true that you don't want to hear, probably you will respect this guy because
it hurts. So the truth hurts, doesn't it? Sometimes.
But yeah, but it is regarding the whole of the every of the life parts. I would say in work, for example, people sometimes saying that everything is fine, everything is okay, we are doing well, but they are not. And I don't like behaviors like that.
How about the truth may hurt for a little while, but a lie hurts forever? Do you think that's like over the top? Do you think that makes sense? Do you think it depends? You know, I think it depends.
Yeah, it depends.
It depends, like, you know, if you compare it to Star Wars, when he's like, Luke, I'm your father, and he comes out with it, and it's like, whoa, what a revelation. Like, he lied the whole time. Do you know, so that played a big part in Luke Skywalker's life. But I think in little things, it doesn't make too much of a difference. But like Santa Claus, for like we started the podcast with. Also, another one I wanted to say is a half truth. So a half truth classed as really a whole lie.
I don't understand.
Is a half truth the same as a whole lie? Do you understand what I mean? That's another way of looking at it.
The same. Depends on the situation.
It's still a lie. A lie is a lie.
A lie is a lie, but...
Black is black, white is white. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, but you can say that you are...
There is no grey.
Yeah, but you can say that you are sick and you are informed somebody that you are sick, but you are not saying that you have cancer.
Yeah. Bart's really morbid today. I'm trying to keep it fresh with Santa and Luke Skywalker.
I don't know what...
Mr. Death here. Mr. Darth Vader. Mr. Death. We need to give him a voice. Let's everybody die. No. So, okay, last one. Last one to finish off. So, things built on a lie crumble and fail eventually.
Yes,
I think that's true.
Yes, exactly. That's
I think
100% true.
Pretty much, yeah. So eventually down the road,
if you start with lying, that will become worse and worse.
Yeah. I think some people lie so much though they forget how to tell the truth.
I mean, I think that when somebody is lying all the time, probably he forget about the things what he said to particular person, and then it's.
You have to be smart. You have to be quite smart to lie because you have to.
People
remember,
are not too smart to lie.
Some people are really good at lying, so they'll lie and they remember the lies, you know. And it's like, but eventually, I think you would say it ties themselves in knots, and you're like, oh, what did I say to that? It's easy. It is actually easier just to tell the truth.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not in your best interest to tell the truth. So it depends on self-interest. It all depends. So what we've decided about this podcast is there are ethics to lying, but sometimes it's okay to tell white lies especially about remedial things, you would say, about like Santa Claus, about if it's going to rain tomorrow, if it's going to be a good day tomorrow. Stuff you don't know about, really. But I think ultimately it's easy to tell the truth.
Yeah.
So that's what I think we've kind of discovered.
And we can end up with this sentence, I guess.
Yeah.
So...
Good.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, me too. That was a really nice topic to talk about.
A bit different. A bit less morbid next time from Bart, maybe. Darth Vader.
Yeah.
But, we'll dress him up, we'll put some nice face paint on to scare everybody next time.
Yeah. Yeah, good. So thanks for today.
Yeah.
Adam is also English teacher and he has his school, Adam's English School, .com.
AdamsEnglishSchool.com. Website under production at the moment, soon to be published. And
exactly. Everything will be described down below in the description. So take a look, and if you need some lessons, schedule the lesson with him.
Yeah, and if you have any questions about today's topic, just put them in the comments at the bottom. Happy to answer them.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, and thank you for today, and see you in the next one.
Yeah, see you. Bye.